Hi, my name is Vivek Adhikari. I am your English instructor. In today's class, we are going to solve the grammar portion of Unit 3, that is the present tense. So, let's begin. Let us now read a paragraph and underline all the verbs in the paragraph which are in the present tense. Let's begin. Games keep our body alert, active, youthful, and energetic. They instill in us our spirit of adventure. Games increase blood circulation, boost metabolism, burn calories, and improve respiration and digestion. A healthy person can work hard, cheerfully for a long period of time and can face dangers boldly. So, what are the different kind of verbs that are used? They are keep, instill, boost, increase, burn, improve. A modal verb can and work, another modal verb, same modal verb can and face. So these verbs are called base verbs. What are they called? They are called base verbs. They are either V1 or V5. So these are the base verbs. Now we are going to learn about why we use the present tense. The topic is the present tense, and we are now going to understand why we use present tense at certain times. So let's start by learning different kinds of present tenses and their uses. The present tense can be broadly divided into 4 different categories, and they are simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, and finally present perfect continuous tense. So we have 4 different kinds of tenses. The first one is called simple present tense, the second is present continuous tense, the third is present perfect tense, and finally we have something called present perfect continuous tense. If you look at the time graph, this is the present time, this is future, and this is past. I'm going to call present PR and I'm going to call past, write the simple notation PA. So if you study about this, anything that roughly surrounds this area can be regarded as a simple present tense. If you study present continuous tense in a bar, in a line diagram, you will understand that present continuous tense is somehow different. Present continuous tense spans over some area of present. Something is going on in present, going on and on and on. While present perfect tense, something has already happened. You see, something has already worked out and we are trying to find what is it. So in the present perfect tense, something has already happened. Something has already happened and its effect is seen in the present tense. So something already happened. In the present perfect continuous tense, something was going on in the past. You see, something was going on and on. Sorry, not in the past but in present. Something was going on in the present. It is still going on and it will keep on going unless you stop it. So it's like a spanning across the whole range of present tense. So this is past. Anything that is beyond this line is past. Anything that is further this line is future. And so in simple present tense, the whole, the idea of tense surrounds over the present tense. In present continuous tense, something is going on continuously, while in the present perfect tense, something has happened and its effect is seen now. And in present perfect continuous tense, something was happening in the present time and it is still happening now. It will still happen in future. So it goes on and on and on. These are the basic line diagrams for the present tense. Now let us study about these different kind of tenses in detail. The first kind of tense that we have is called the simple present tense. Its uses is to express true statements. Its another use is to denote habitual or repeated actions. So it has got 2 different distinct uses. The first one is to express true statements. Anything that is true, we express them by the use of simple present tense. Another is to denote habitual or repeated actions. So something goes on and on as a habit or something, some actions are repeated. For example, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Another example is my mother always gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Hey, do you know that people who get up at 4 o'clock in the morning usually tend to be more intelligent than people who stay up late night? This is just what scientists have proved. The first example is water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. This is what we call universal truth. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius in Kathmandu. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius in New York. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius in Bristol. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius in Tokyo. Everywhere you go, you travel the world, the water will boil. It always boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Now you can apply some science and say, no, that's not true, because water boils at 96 degrees Celsius in Kathmandu and water boils at maybe 93 degrees Celsius in China or Tibet. That is true, because as the altitude, goes on increasing from the sea level, the boiling temperature decreases. But we are not looking at this sentence in a scientific basis, but rather, we are applying the concept of universal truth grammatically. And the second sentence, if you look at this, my mother always gets up. So always gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So this is what we call habitual truth. This is what we call habitual truth. It is a habit, and your mother always gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning because it is her habit. So there are two kinds of truth. The first one is called universal truth, and the second is called habitual truth. If you look at the structure of the sentence, it is very simple. Subject plus V1 or V5 are simply known as base verbs plus object. So these V1 or V5 are often called base verbs. So what is the structure? Subject plus base verbs plus objects. Pretty easy. Now let's go to the second one, which is called present continuous tense. The present continuous tense is used to describe an action that is happening now. Something is happening now, and we are going to explain by using the present tense. For example, the children are playing in the school yard. The children are playing in the school yard. Now, if you look at the structure of the sentence, it is pretty easy. It is subject plus we have something called VING. We also call it V4. Subject plus VING plus object. There is a be verb also, you know that. Subject plus be verb plus VING plus object. It is pretty easy. So the use of present continuous tense is to describe an action that is happening now. So something that is going on now is explained by the use of present continuous tense. The structure is pretty easy. We have something called subject plus be verb. The be verbs are is, am, or are, and we have VING or V4, and finally object. The children are playing. The children are the subject. Are is what we called a be verb. Playing is what we called VING. In the schoolyard is what we call object. Children are playing in the schoolyard. That means they are still playing in the schoolyard. They'll go on playing in the schoolyard. We don't know how long. For how long. So something is happening now, and it will go on happening. We don't know the duration. Another example can be, look, the snake is slithering. Look, the snake is slithering. This is another example. Look, the snake is slithering. Something is going on and on. The snake is continuously slithering. The third kind of present tense is what we call present perfect tense. Present perfect tense. The basic use of present perfect tense is to express past events with an effect at present. Express past events with effect at present. So we are going to talk about past events with effect at present. The basic sentence structure is subject plus has or have plus past participle, also known as V3 plus object. So this is the simple sentence structure. Now let us write one example. He has broken his leg in an accident. Something happened in the past, right? Now its effect is still in present. What is the effect? He is in the hospital. He is in the hospital. Something happened in the past, and the effect is still in at the present time. So the use of present perfect tense is to express past events with an effect at present. The basic structure is subject plus has have. These are known as have verbs. These are also called have verbs plus past participle, often known as V3 plus object. One example is he has broken his leg in an accident. He's in the hospital now. Something happened in the past. So this happened in the past. Its effect is still seen in the present time. Effect is seen in the present. So something happened in the past and its effect is still seen at the present time. That is how the present perfect tense is used. Let us go to the last kind of this present tense, which is what we call present perfect continuous tense. Number 4, present perfect continuous tense. Present perfect continuous tense. Let us study about this. The present perfect continuous tense is used to express a past activity that is still going on, that is still continuing. For example, now let us first write the structure. So what is the structure? Its structure is subject plus has, have plus been plus present participle, also known as V4, plus object. So this is the simple structure. Now let us write one example. It's very easy. We have been practicing for Parents' Day for 4 hours. This is one example. Now the last kind of the present tense is what we call present perfect continuous tense. In this tense, the main use of this tense is to express a past activity that is still continuing. So something happened in the past, right? And it is still going on. So something happened in the past and it is going on and on and on till now. Basic structure is subject plus has, have, also known as have verb, plus been, plus present participle or V4, and finally the object. The example is, we have been practicing for Parents' Day for 4 hours. So before 4 hours, something happened. Something is happening right now and it will go on happening in future also. So from the past to the present to the future, something spans over. You see, something spans over. So this is what we call present perfect continuous tense. This is what we call present perfect continuous tense. Something happened in the past and it is spanning over the present and it will even happen in future. So the longest route, the longest line in the line diagram is that of present perfect continuous tense. With this, we have come to end of today's class. Now I'm going to give you some homework like always. Your homework is to rewrite the following sentences applying the suitable verbs from the brackets. Now I'm going to write some sentences and I'm going to write verbs in brackets. You need to rewrite the sentences using the suitable form of the verbs. So this exercise is entirely from the present tense, the 4 different kinds of the present tense. So these are the questions. Right, these are the 5 different questions that you need to solve. They're pretty easy and they are your homework. You just need to, use the correct form of the verb. The verbs are given in the bracket like we have go, move, learn, work and study. You need to supply the correct form of the verb for these 5 distinct sentences. With this, we have come to end of today's class. If you have any questions or suggestions regarding this video series, feel free to write us at learning@dearwalk.edu.np. Thank you.